It's just some bullshit, guys.
Watch your step, though, because it's a little icy right here on the corner.
Oh, I know what it is. I fucking live here.
On January 4th, 2024, deputies arrived at a trailer home after an active 911 call. They could hear children screaming and a man and woman arguing. When they got there, the husband was drunk and claimed there was no problem. The wife stood behind him, visibly upset and strongly disagreed. The wife expressed her frustration and pain. She said he hurt her and the kids and she wanted him out of the house. She mentioned that he tore the kid's door off and she's tired of warning and threatening him. She felt like he wasn't understanding the seriousness of his actions, and she couldn't handle it anymore.
Hey, you guys ain't arguing, are you?
No, we're alright.
Are you? Okay. What are we arguing about?
He's drunk. He hurt me and the kids. I want him the out of here.
Okay, we'll get inside here before we can go heat the inside or outside up.
He tore the kids' door off. I'm tired of warning him. I'm tired of threatening him. He's not getting it. I can't do it no more. I've tried. I can't. And he thinks it's funny.
No, I don't think it's funny.
Despite her love for him, she felt deeply hurt and unable to continue living this way. The man denied finding any of it funny, but she was adamant that she couldn't endure the situation any longer. The deputies saw the tense and emotional atmosphere, with the wife clearly at her breaking point. The deputies had to assess the situation carefully. They needed to ensure the safety of the children and the wife. The emotional toll was evident as the wife expressed her despair and helplessness. The man still tried to downplay the severity of the issue. She said her husband hurt her by hitting and punching her even when she had the kids with her. She couldn't take it anymore and had reached out to many people for help. She was desperate as she faced her husband, saying she couldn't go on like this. The husband claimed she came at him all the time. He said he was just lying in bed with their son when the police arrived. The wife mentioned showing the damage to the door and her hair to prove what had happened. The tension was high and the wife's desperation was clear. The wife pointed out that the husband landed on the kids and hurt the baby. She insisted that he hurt the kids, which made her even more upset. The deputy saw the door that the husband had ripped off, which the wife had tried to close to protect herself and the children.
You hurt the kids! Fuck me! It's about the kids!
Hey, that's enough.
The kids?
I can't, you guys. And he ripped the door off.
But why?
The wife expressed her frustration, saying she couldn't handle the situation anymore. She mentioned she had called for help twice before. The husband tried to downplay his actions, but the wife was focused on the safety of the kids. The wife explained that she stayed home all day with the kids and didn't go anywhere. She pointed out where the husband put the door. This was their place, where they lived and remodeled. The wife shared how the babies were traumatized, staying up late past their bedtime. She felt helpless as she revealed he ripped her hair out. She even saved the hair to show the deputies. The deputies recognized this was a case of domestic violence.
That's not how that works.
But I don't know why I'm cuffed.
Because you're going to jail for domestic violence. I've already told you that.
I've not...
Are you going to put these on, yes or no?
Yeah.
Get your foot in there.
There's no domestic violence, though.
It says you. That's why there's a court.
Well, then, I guess... Huh. That's pretty fucking interesting, huh?
They suggested she write a statement about what happened as the first step. The wife was advised to get a civil protection order. She was overwhelmed, pointing out she shouldn't have to go through this. Her main concern was the kids, stating they were more important than her. At this point, she even begged the deputies to take him to jail or accept a statement, willing to do anything to get him out. She had tried many times before, but he wasn't understanding and the situation was getting worse. Now, if you don't know, a civil protection order is a legal document issued by a court to protect someone from harassment or harm by another person. It sets specific restrictions on the behavior of the person causing harm, like prohibiting contact or requiring them to stay away from the victim's home or workplace. This order can be crucial in cases of domestic violence, as it provides legal backing for the victim's safety. Violating a civil protection order can result in serious legal consequences, including arrest. It aims to give the victim peace of mind and a sense of security from further harm. Now, after talking with the wife, the deputy questioned the husband to hear his side. He asked about the door and for the husband's ID. The husband said he pulled the door and it came off. He claimed he was trying to see his kids when he opened the door. The deputy pointed out that the wife might have been trying to get away from him with the kids. The husband admitted they were both out of control. The deputy focused on understanding what happened when the wife took the kids to another room to get away. It was clear the situation was tense and chaotic, with both sides contributing to the conflict. The husband admitted to pulling the door off the handle but didn't see it as a big deal. The deputy explained that the wife was in the room to get away from him and that he had no right to destroy the door or harm her. The deputy asked the husband why he wanted his kids to grow up in such a chaotic environment. The husband questioned if all the blame was on him. The deputy noted that the wife had tried to escape the situation, and ripping off the door suggested the husband was more out of control. The deputies told the husband he was leaving with them and needed to turn around. He resisted, asking why and claiming he hadn't done anything wrong. The deputies explained he was being arrested for domestic violence. The husband was shocked and questioned if it was really happening. The deputies insisted the husband was being arrested for domestic violence and he needed to put on his shoes.
You're gonna have me arrested for domestic violence, and I knew there was no domestic violence?
Cabinet, yep.
He questioned if they were serious about the arrest and argued that there was no domestic violence. The deputies explained that he had to put them on and that being handcuffed was standard procedure for his arrest. Despite his protest, the deputies were firm in their actions. The deputies continued to handle the situation, telling the husband to put on his shoes. He insisted there was no domestic violence and questioned why he was being arrested. They mentioned the need for a court to sort things out. The husband asked why the wife wasn't also arrested and claimed she threw things at him. The deputies asked for his ID and wallet, noting he hadn't mentioned any of these issues before. They needed his identification to proceed with the arrest. At this point, the man was frustrated, saying it was unfair that he was the only one arrested. He insisted that the wife had done things to him, but that he had not mentioned it before. The officer explained that the wife would stay with the kids that night. The husband argued that he paid all the bills and shouldn't be arrested for her actions. The deputies focused on gathering information and explaining that adding new details late in the process made it harder to handle the situation.
I get arrested. Then why don't she get arrested for domestic violence?
What did you tell us that she did something?
Well, absolutely. She
What?
comes to me and throws shit at me and like that.
Tonight?
Absolutely, man.
Okay.
The man argues that if the problems had been ongoing, he should have called them earlier. He tried to bring up past issues, but the deputies focused on the current situation. The deputies guided the husband out. He mentioned he lived there and didn't understand why he was being arrested. One last husband used his fist and mentioned that the child seemed to be squeezed. She said the situation frightened her, which is why she called the deputies. The deputy explained that they had come because the 911 call was made, but the initial sounds did not seem like a serious fight, just an argument. When the deputy arrived, they found that the husband had entered the bathroom and was pleading with his wife to stop. He kept saying he loved her and begged her to stop. The deputy asked the wife about the details of the incident, focusing on when the husband had grabbed her neck. She confirmed he was squeezed. To focus on what happened that night. The deputy also acknowledged exploring.